Hi, hello everybody. This video is going to be slightly different from what I usually do on the channel, that is teaching you about English, learning English together with you. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my most favorite topics in the world. I'm going to be talking about travel with you today. And I'm also going to be talking about this new camera that I've got. This is an amazing vlogging camera by Sony. The name is ZV-E1. It's all new and it has been launched especially for vlogging purposes. And I know a lot of us want to be vloggers, bloggers, and we're looking for something nice to buy. So yes, I'm going to be talking about this camera with you in just a bit. Now, talking about the travel, why I travel, why I love traveling so much, and apart from the main reasons that most people have, and that is to take a break and have fun, there are three big reasons why I travel so much. This is probably the most asked question in the world to me, ma'am, how do you manage to travel so much? So I'm going to be giving you some great tips and great pieces of advice. If you want to travel and you have money problem and you have time issues, you do not know how to take time out from your busy schedule in order to make more space and more time for travel, this video is for you. The first reason why I love to travel and what change it has brought to my life is that it makes me humble. See, when you step out of your house, when you step out of your city, when you travel, what happens is the first thing that you realize in the world is that you are not that important after all. We tend to feel that we are the most important people we are the most important person in the world and everybody is thinking about us, which is not really true. Nobody cares about you as much as you do. And this is one thing that travel teaches you the most, because when you go to a new place, what you find out is कितनी जनता है, कितने लोग हैं. Literally पूरे शहर बसे हुए हैं. I just got back from Europe just a week ago or so. Hardly 8 to 10 days have passed, okay? And I was actually living on a volcano city. So Santorini is a volcano, okay? And I was in Santorini for quite some time. And the history of that place, I would just, wake up in the middle of the night and think, oh my God, this place was struck by a volcano just probably 6 or 7 decades ago. How recent it is. It is very recent when you consider the timeline of the universe, right? Just 6 decades, 5 decades is nothing. And how it would have affected the lives of the people around that time in the city. All those thoughts were actually, they were just as showing up. You feel so light when you feel that you're not important and not everybody is thinking about you. That, okay, I can be myself, nobody cares. If to sum it up, I can say that life has been going on even without me. This city existed, these people existed even without me. I was not here all this time and so much development has happened. So much is going on in this place. I'm mostly very calm and silent and peaceful when I'm talking on a video. But right now I'm sure you can see that peak in my voice. It's because of these experiences that I've had. I cannot thank God enough for this. But seriously, this is the best thing that you can do for yourself. You can travel much more than whatever amount you're doing right now. Try and get out of your house more. Now, before I go further into the video, I want to show you some features of this new camera that I got from Sony ZV-E1, and then we'll continue. So, as promised, happens is that when we are stuck to this mundane lifestyle, the same office, the same people, the same thoughts, the same concepts, the same government, the same political issues, the same news channels, the same YouTube channels, the same Instagram scrolls, what happens is that we knowingly, unknowingly, fortunately, not fortunately, definitely unfortunately, stuck in that loop. And it happens to me for sure, that I forget that there is a world that exists beyond me. When I went to Greece just a few days ago, there are a few things that I had not even heard of, and they're like the staple diet of that country. Like everybody eats it all the time. Like in India, we have dal chawal roti sabzi. They have gyros over there. I had no idea what gyros is, and I ate it over there. Honest, I could not develop a taste for it. Yeah, I did not. My husband liked it. I was okay. I probably would not want to have it again. But yes, it's like a staple over there. People have it all the time. And then you have solaki. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not. Then you have mosaki. Forgotten the name. It's something to do with letter M. These three are the most famous dishes over there, and people eat it a lot. It's like it's not even shawarma. It's genuinely dal chawal over there. One last reason why I travel so much as I do is because there's discovery and there's so much beauty. There's this place in Dubai by the name Global Village in Dubai. And it's Global Village, so you have all these different, I don't know what to call them, huge counters. You can just imagine huge counters, massive, humongous, and for every country. So there's Iran, there's India, there's Pakistan, there's Australia, then all these countries, and they have different counters, and you step into each one of these and you experience the country in a summary. Okay, so you go there are shops that pertain to that country, there are food stalls that relate to that country, there are dancers who are performing arts that are particular to that country. So that's how Global Village is all done up, and it's so beautiful over there, so beautiful. My father loved that place the most in Dubai. As I tell you, when you travel, you experience all these weird things with you. Something extremely horrible happened with me that day when we visited Global Village. It actually happened before visiting Global Village. I got lost in Dubai and I did not have my phone, and my family was waiting for me in Gold Souk, and everybody was looking for me. I was lost for almost 2 hours, and trust me, I was crying. I actually started to cry because I felt I was not scared for myself. I knew that I'm gonna find my place back. If nothing happens, I'm gonna go back to my hotel and wait for everybody over there. I was scared for my papa because I was holding his hand, and I asked him to wait at a place, and I told him that let me look for others. You stay here, I'll come back to you. So I could not find the other lot, and I lost touch with him as well. I could not find him. I could not find them. I was lost, and this market is a bhool bhulaiya. I'm telling you, Gold Souk is a bhool bhulaiya in Dubai. I was crying, and then there were these very kind, polite Indian people who had a shop over there. They made me sit, they gave me water, and they were, please madam, Dubai nobody can get lost. Dubai nobody gets lost. Madam, you're going to find everybody. You stop crying. This actually happened. It was very embarrassing, but I was actually very, very concerned for my father. Coming back to my point, what happens is that beauty is flowing. You are in your house, you don't see it. So the idea is to put yourself in the way of beauty. When you travel and you come back with a lot of new perspectives. You come back with a lot of new thoughts. It's actually, you go as a different person, you come back different. That's how it happens when you travel. Now, talking about your money problem, your time problem. See, time problem is not really a problem. If you decide, I have to travel, come what may, I'm going to travel. You can schedule other things according to that. The problem is that travel is not your priority. That is something that you neglect. It's just like workout. If you want to live longer, work out. Simple. And despite knowing all of this, we don't work out. Most of us don't. Why? Because it's not a priority. What about people who work out? Are those people very rich, or they are free, or they have nothing else to do in life? No. They have work, they've got their priorities, but working out is there on the top 3 or top 4 of their priorities in a day, because of which they are able to do it. So I was joining this new job of mine back in 2016, and I remember in the interview, when I was mostly certain that I'm gonna get the job, I told my soon-to-be boss that I'm going to be taking 8 to 9 days off in the coming 1.5 months or so. People will respect your priorities if you are good enough in your job. If you do your work properly, you can ask for your demands. Just make sure that you're confident enough when you're asking for it. Don't tremble, okay? Ask for it properly. Tell them why it is important to you, and they will understand. Their mother, their father is important to them, right? Their family is important to them. Similarly, something is important to you. Now, there's one more problem of money. Now, money problem is even slighter than the time problem. I'll tell you why. There is something called budget traveling. And if you're going to a new place and you don't have a lot of budget, then you travel on budget. It's called budget traveling. You stay in hostels rather than staying in hotel rooms. There are people who book their trips with these brands. There are brands that make you travel, right? You can book your economical packages with them. They are quite economical. You get to see the place. Of course, you will have to compromise a little on the hotel that you're staying in. But of course, you're not going there to stay in the hotel. You just need the hotel to spend your night. In short, travel can be done on any budget. And for time, I will say, live top down, okay? You're looking at your problem from above. You want to travel, travel. Rest everything is going to fall in place. The way I ask you to look at your problem with English. You want to speak in English? Start speaking in English. Grammar, vocabulary and stuff is going to automatically get refined on the way. So start from wherever you are, do whatever you can, just don't make excuses. Now, before I end the video, there's something more I have to share with you. Let's take a deeper dive into the features of this amazing Sony camera that I showed you in the beginning of the video, ZV-E1. And I have several lenses that I use. I have my Sony 16-35mm. I have a 50mm. So yes, I have many lenses that I use, and these are all E-mount. So all of these can fit onto your Sony cameras. So let's look into the features of this new camera that I just told you about. Now there's one thing that I'd like to show you right here, and that is this Bluetooth grip. It has these options right here, as you can see. Now let's look into the other features. Let's start by talking about this very cool feature of flippable screen. You can flip it over, okay? You can turn all these directions. It's actually very helpful when you're out there recording a video and you can see yourself. You switch it on. That's how you can see yourself and record. It gets very easy. It does. Let me show you a few more features. It has a touch screen and some very good touch options. Like I can increase the ISO from here. Okay, this is auto. Then these are filters. These act like filters. Okay, and I can moderate all of this using just the touch of the screen. Let me talk about some other stuff. Now, one very good thing about this camera is its beast battery. Battery is really good. Like I can tell you, it recharges very quickly and then it can last you for hours and hours. Like I've done so many shoots on just one charge of the camera. Another thing is that this camera is pretty lightweight. I mean, the weight of the lens is obviously going to be there, but apart from the lens, if you just look at the body of the camera, it's actually lightweight. You probably cannot see it right now, but I'm telling you, it's lighter than the other camera of Sony that I use for my videos. Another thing that I'd like your attention to be drawn to is this big record button. It's very big. The last camera that I had a small record button here. It was actually difficult to locate where the button is, but this is very easy. It's right there on the top. It's red, shiny. Just Click and start. Here's the zoom button. If you press this button, it's gonna zoom on the subject of the video. Then another thing is the zoom lever. It's very smooth, see? It goes back into its position. So using this button also you can zoom, which I find very, very convenient. Now let me show you one more thing.
No idea what dinner is tonight. See, I can't even speak, I'm so tired. Yeah, but looking forward to it. I built the tent, so she gets to cook for me.
Wow. It's settled that I love traveling. And now I'm a YouTuber, so I travel with a lot of gear of mine. I travel with lights. Trust me, I travel with lots of lights. I travel with my camera, I travel with my lenses, I travel with my mic. Now that I have this camera with me, I plan to do a lot more vlogging videos. I just did one in shopping mall, the shopping mall vocabulary video. You guys loved it. I received the most beautiful comments on that video. That video was actually done using this camera. So how did you like my new camera? Let me know in the comments below.